It is day number 31 of vlogging for 20 minutes a day for 365 days. No filters, no edits, whatever happens, happens. And we are packing up to leave this campsite right now. And we're like crushed with time at the same time. We're supposed to leave by noon and it is 11:50. So we'll have 10 minutes here on the vlog and then 10 minutes out. And what we're doing with this channel is we are trying to make money for donations for charities. So we're trying to give away $1,000 a month to a different charity. Right now, we're about $540, maybe a little more. I haven't checked if there are any donations the last 2 days. So I want to be surprised. I want to see your guys' donations. I've already donated $50. There's about 1,000 views per video. So if everybody donated $1 in a video, in a single video, we would get to the $1,000 goal. So I'm counting on you guys. You can do it. I know you can. This one is for No Kid Hungry. It's in the link in the description. You can find it right there. But I better stop talking and start packing. Right now we're in Portugal and we are in this Siesta camper van here. It's beautiful. We've been loving it, enjoying it. It's been getting us everywhere we need to go. And it comes with this table and chairs. How's your donut?
I was hoping it would be chocolate.
But it's vanilla chocolate. See, I like that more than chocolate.
I'm not like mad about it, but
I actually didn't get a donut because I have a chocolate bar in there. So, hold off. Also, here's another thing. I used to love drinking energy drinks. I don't really drink them as much anymore because now I drink coffee. But since we've been here, the energy drinks here are crazy cheap. So like the Red Bull is $1.39 here in Portugal, where in Spain it was almost it was over 3 pounds. I mean 3 euros. And then in like US, Canada, it's anywhere from like $2.50 to like $4, right? This is the thing. They have their own brands here that are like quite literally 50 cents a can.
Strong brew.
Yeah.
Iron brew.
Kong Power.
Yeah. It looks toxic. I don't drink those. That would cause me to have a mental breakdown. I think if I drank one of those, I would just be all the way jazzed up. I can't handle caffeine.
Alex would be like, nothing could stop me. I'm all the way up.
And then I'd have a panic attack. So Frank usually does the outside stuff, and I do the inside stuff, which is like getting all the stuff packed away, and do these window cards. Yeah, I mean, it's not like either one of us is only doing everything, but usually I'm inside, and especially if we're at like a campsite where what am I trying to say? Like the campsite we're at now is like a paid campsite, so we can be out and have the doors open and be like camping. Where when you're wild camping, you're not supposed to like have any outside footprint. So it's really nice, actually. This might be our last paid campground in Portugal, though, on this trip. Just because we're going to meet up with some friends this afternoon, and they're wild camping, so we'll wild camp with them. And basically, yesterday we did our laundry. We're going to fill our water and stuff before we go. The toilet will be empty. And we only have like a few more days before we're dropping the camper off. So there might not be like a need to have a campground. So that'll be nice. Just do some wild camping for a couple of days. It'd be so nuts and insane. How is that? So good? Yeah. I'm going to get you some wipes, okay? Yum. Okay. Oh, I wanted to write a note for our neighbors. I'm going to need Frank's phone for that, I think. We were talking to them this morning about, they're from the UK. They're in Europe for 90 days, which a lot of the UK people are actually kind of upset about, especially the ones who travel, which are the ones that we're meeting, because they can only be in Europe now for 90 days, but EU people can go to the UK for up to
180 days.
180 days. So all these like caravanners, can you put that in the front?
Mm-hmm.
I need your phone for Jal's phone number.
Yep.
All these caravanners who would normally come down, spend months at a time, you know, whatever, they have a 90-day limit now, and that's kind of bumming them out. What were their names?
It was Roger or Raj and Chris. So here's something that I actually want to talk about is we're in Portugal for 40 days, right? And the reason why we could do it is because we make videos for a living. And so we work for ourselves making these videos, and our main channel is FNA Life, where this is our second channel that we're working on right now. But I got a picture from one of my buddies who I used to work with, and it was like our old PJ Mechanical like group of people. Somebody must have sent them like the yearly photo that they take, and I don't remember ever taking this photo, but I guess they do it now. And it was like most of the guys I used to work with are still there, because most people who go to that job never leave, and they stay there for 40 plus years because it's an amazing job. Like, you make tons of money.
You also work like a dog.
Yeah, you work a lot like a dog, but at the same time, you make great money and you get a fair amount of vacation time. Problem is this: you can only take 1 week at a time. Even if you have 5 weeks of vacation, only certain people are granted 2 weeks at a time. You can never take a month off and do a travel like this, like straight. Where in Europe, it's pretty normal to have a month off, you know, where you could take your, what do they call it? Holiday, right?
What do they call it? Holiday?
They call it holiday, I think.
What do you mean?
Like when they go on vacation, they call it going on holiday.
Okay.
Where in the US, we just call it vacation, and typically, or in Canada, you only get a week off at the time.
That restaurant in Obidos was Maddock?
It was something Amigos.
No, but the one in town with the orange thing that like smoked. And the
Yes,
waiter
Maddock.
was really nice.
Maddock, yeah. So yeah, basically what I'm getting at is we now have the freedom to travel and live our lives the way we want because we make entertainment styled videos and sometimes educational videos, where before I used to work for somebody else and Alex used to work for somebody else, it'd be really rare to be able to, you know, get outside the country the way we do today.
Yeah, for sure. Especially for like the amount of time that we go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to give
So
them.
I guess all I'm trying to say is that we're super fortunate and lucky and thankful for what we've created by making these videos and the communities that we have and all that stuff. That doesn't mean that we're not working hard, because quite literally we are working super hard. Like, to do these daily videos now on top of doing what we do is like, I'm working quite often. And I'm not burnt out because I'm loving this. But what I'm saying is that, like, I still probably work as much or more than when I worked at the old job. I make less money, but I get to actually enjoy life.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is more important.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess for everybody, it's different. Like, we have decided that we value time and experience.
Like, I was
time as a family.
I was talking to my brother last night, and John, the guy who works with and for him, said, you know, Frank, if my wife ever divorces me, I always say to your brother that I'm just going to get a camper van and tag along and follow you around. And James was like a lost puppy dog. But he's like, your life is incredible, you know, and it, you know, I got to say it is.
Well, that's funny, though, because you guys, I mean, you're going to see over the next 365 days, not every day is as cool and fun as the other days, right? Like
100%.
We're going to go home and Frank's going to have a surgery, and then we're going to be at home.
You're going to see me probably laying in a bed for a week. You know, I'm going to try to get out as much as I can, sit in the backyard, whatever it is. But like, life isn't always, it doesn't always hand you lemonade. You might have the lemons to make the lemonade, but you still got to squeeze them. You got to do work to get there.
She also needs a wet wipe, if you could hook
Oh,
that up.
she needs a wet wipe desperately. Everly. Did you just have a chocolate donut? Was it so yummy?
My face.
Do you see your face? What does it look like?
My donuts on my face.
Your donut's all over your face, girl.
And my head.
And all over your hands, yes. Okay, so we are now at basically noon. So I have to get this chair turned around and get this stuff off the window. So bear with me. Give me a second. And also, I still got to find a comment of the day, Alex.
Okay, I'm gonna go put this on their camper.
Yep. One of the things that we try to do, though, or what it seems like we're trying to do lately to be able to like afford travel the way that we do, is we're finding fun, different ways to be able to travel. And so one of those ways is by finding house sitting that is available to us. And typically what happens is you watch somebody's animal and while they're away, and some of those homestays could be like a month long. And so those are some really incredible ways to be able to afford travel. And so that's one of the ways that we've been doing it here. Now, the next spot, I think...
You didn't wipe her yet?
No, not yet. The next spot, they're in the bathroom. I couldn't get by you. Yeah.
What's in here?
Well, at that moment, and then I got distracted by doing this. So, and then like for another way that we save a lot of money by travel is we have friends all over the place, and we're really fortunate for that. But those friends came from traveling. And one thing that's really abundant with travelers is they wind up moving to other countries and settling in certain countries for big periods of time. And then so when you go to travel and you're going to go to a place, you typically have a friend in another country that like is looking for you to come and visit them. And so a lot of the time they'll be like, hey, you could come and visit, stay as long as you want. And so when you go, you obviously, they're hosting you there, but you like take care of dinner and blah, 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 and all these things. And
But also we have a lot of content creator friends, which
yeah.
I think helps too.
Yeah. And
People
so,
that we might not have even ever met, but then we're like, oh, like we're going to be here. You're going to be here. And that's neat.
yeah. So for instance, a few days ago when we were with our friends in Spain, they know a lot about Spain and they live in Spain. And so it was really great to be able to travel around and walk around with them and see it, you know, firsthand. And what I found that was really cool is like one of their things that they do there is like they want to take care of the bill since you're in their home to them. You're in their home country. You're in their home. And we paid for the first dinner and they were like, I'll let you pay for this dinner if you let me pay for literally everything else. And I was like, that's fair. You know, I'm not going to say no, but also at the same time, I want to show that like we're also willing to pay as well, you know? And it's just a really cool experience to go through that. So like, if you ever come to Canada, it's all on us. Come stay with us. We'll take you out to dinner, whatever, you know, cook for you. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. We have to lock up all the windows. Can you do that? I'll swing this chair around and then we will go ahead and take care of all the stuff we got to take care of out there. Whew. This is like how much it is for this spot here. And they give you like a whole Wi-Fi thing and a whole setup. Pretty cool. Pretty cheap.
We were talking to Raj and Chris earlier about...
That's the UK couple.
That they were going to go meet, and they were like, oh, they used to travel in a caravan, but then one of them, you know, their house was a bit poorly, so they couldn't travel anymore, and blah, blah. RVing does take a certain level of, like, fitness.
Yeah.
To be able to, like, take care of everything, even to sit for a long time in the driver's seat, to do the waters, do the toilet, do the, you know, leveling blocks, blah, blah, blah.
Can you get her window?
Where's your... But I think a lot of people leave it and they say, oh, we'll do it when we retire. But there's no guarantee that, sorry, guys. Sorry.
Oh, I forgot you were talking, but I have the mic.
No, it's okay. I don't need it. There's no guarantee that you'll be well enough to enjoy it. Yes.
100% agreed. So, yeah. And, like, one of the things they were saying is he has family. Like, his dad came from Ireland, and it's part of the EU. And he was talking about, like, they're in their 70s, so he doesn't know if it's worth getting this EU passport. And I said, well, when you have the passport from this country and you're a citizen of the country, you then also can reap the benefits of said country. So like healthcare aspect. So he was like, in the UK, you know, they have good healthcare, blah, blah, blah. But also in the EU, they do as well. So, you know, having that passport will allow them to actually have access to healthcare, which will allow them to not have to technically get those, you know, to technically get those like insurances that they might need. So it's another way to be able to travel in another country with the benefit of the system, you know? And yeah, of course, you're going to want to pay into that system, but by traveling through it and paying the taxes and all this stuff, you're paying into the system. So, you know, ultimately,
Hold on. Let me get a shot on the other camera.
yeah, ultimately, it's like a really great setup. And so like one of the things is I personally have access to potentially get my Greek citizenship, but like I might need my mom to get that Greek citizenship first before I can, because my great grandparents came from Greece on my mom's side. So yeah, there's that. Oh, e-brake. Oh. No. Ah, there we go. No? The e-brake is touchy sometimes. There it is. All right, we're gonna go pour out all of our waste and fill up our water, so we're all good to go. So that's a great part about being at a campsite. But going back to what I was saying, like having that ability to have all these different things because you now have an EU passport is something that you should really look into or think about if you're going to be somebody who travels. And like, I didn't realize I might have access to all these things until I realized that there's a potential that I could get an EU passport. And Alex is actually looking into the fact that she might be able to get her own EU passport as well from Ireland. So we have to look into it all, make sure it's all good, and obviously it's worth it if we can make it happen, because then we don't have to worry about the Schengen zone or all of that stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's well worth it for us to be able to look into that and make that happen. Whew. I need to find my cell phone. Hey, Alex, do you know where my cell phone is by any chance?
Freshwater. And the really interesting part is
She's also vlogging out there. Look.
the gray water. It's right out there. You just let your gray water go. And it's and like that's how everybody's is.
It's quite funny to be vlogging on this camera and also she's vlogging at the same time. Just not used to it being like that at all.
Vlogging, Frank.
You vlogging, me vlogging, we're vlogging at the same time. So what I'm vlogging right now is Frankie and Alex on our second channel. And so yeah, we're doing this vlog at the same time. We're almost at our 20 minutes. 18 minutes went through. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a daily vlog, 365 days. Whatever happens, happens. No edits, no nothing like that. So it's real life, real us. If you want to get into the nitty gritty of our thoughts, this is where you'll find it. That was cool to like see me here, then transition there. All right, let's get a comment of the day real quick. And then I will go ahead and do this. This comment of the day is going to come from our friends, Mr. and Mrs. Adventure.
Oh, cute.
They said, we had a blast too. It was really nice freestyling with you during these 20 minutes. Keep up the daily vlogs. They love it. It's super fun. It's adventurous. It's one of those things where you don't know what's going to happen. We don't have anything like pre-thought about talk-wise or anything like that. And when we get into the chat, it just happens. It's natural. It feels good. Stories come up for people. Sometimes stories come out for us. And every day is different. You know, some days are us working and other days are us seeing new places.
Vlogging.
Yeah, vlogging the vloggy vlog.
Vlogging the vloggers.
Everly, do you enjoy this? Do you enjoy doing the vlogs? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and she's drinking her yogurt juice. Yeah. Yeah, so Everly does seem to really enjoy what we do as well. She actually is starting to like pick up the camera and be a part of it and try to like tour you guys around and show you stuff. And
It's the family business.
yeah, it's the family business. I love it.
Frank, I think her seat is coming off of the wall. There is a big gap.
I have to push that way back.
Can you fix
Yeah,
that?
of course.
Yeah.
Okay, that's been 20 minutes. See you tomorrow.